Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And today on the Hobby Showcase, basically it's going to be what you normally see. It's going to be me painting minis. I'm going to be doing a lance of battlemechs from the game Battletech in the colors of Comstar. These colors, this color scheme is pretty simple. Now I know I did one before, but I had enough to make two lances of them, and I decided to do the second one another day, and today is that day. So yeah, it's going to be well, let me show you which ones. Of course they are. We have the Black Knight, and here we have the Crockett. And here is the Flashman. Not Flasher, Flashman. And last but not least, the Lancelot. Okay. Now, as you may remember from previous videos, I basically said the way I put these together is from these force packs. This one actually is from a force pack, and it came with the cards for the mech warriors and everything. And I didn't really have a rhyme or reason of how I separated the two. I just wrote them down like in whatever order I had, and so basically with these, it was just a lot easier to put together. I mean, I know with other factions I've been putting them together through whatever mech warrior I had, and then if I didn't have enough for a full lance, I was just putting them all together. And actually with, for future videos, I'm actually going to be going through all the mechs that I have, seeing which ones aren't painted in traditional faction colors, and basically just taking them out and putting them in some sort of lineup and just redoing them. But anyway, so for these, as you can see, they're all pretty much the newer ones from Catalyst Labs, and so it's gonna, they're gonna look well. Let me just say they're gonna look really good when I'm done. And when I am done with them, and and it's all finished, and I decide that when we play this game on Tabletop Jones Productions, if I wanted to do a lance of Comstar, it's not necessarily going to be the teams I put together. You can mix and match them. So, but anyway, next is the priming. Oh, before I mention that. I've mentioned in another video, I'm going to mention it here again. A major development since last I made these videos is I have now signed up for affiliation status on Amazon. So when I post this video, in the description is going to be links to get different, I'm going to put links to different components of the game. And if you use those links in order to, if you're interested in the game, you're going to use those links to get the game, then what happens is I get a percentage. So, please, if you're interested in the game, please use the links, and help support the channels. So anyway, next is of course priming. But as you've been, if any of the recent videos I put out, if you've watched them, that the weather has not been favorable, and unfortunately today is no different. It is very damp out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to basically have my back door open while I put the primer on. If it's from a spray can, and unfortunately it wouldn't look good for me to try to film that because it would be very awkward. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then when I come back, we're going to start with the base coat, which is, if you remember from the last one, going to be white. All right. So anyway, stay tuned, and I will be right back. Hello and welcome back. The primer on these battlemechs has dried, and we're going to now start with the base coat. Remember, we're going to be painting them in the colors for the faction Comstar. So basically, it's a base coat of white, and then pretty much very little else. So I'll be using white for the base coat, of course, gunmetal for the weapons and the cockpit window. I'm sorry, I'm a bit off here. And black for the base. Then then of course there's do the base and do the wash. So this might be a quicker video than usual. But I have noticed that the Battletech videos do get the most views, so I'm glad that you are enjoying them. But please give a little love to the other ones. Okay? So anyway, let's get to it. Alright, let's get this pointed down. Oh, actually I should have had these over here. Okay. Oh, no wonder. This damn light is out. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the light on my magnifying thing is out, but I'm seeing these things pretty good anyway. So I'm just going to forge ahead, and when I take a break, I'll charge up the light. So this is the Flashman that I'm painting right now. I think I one time described this as basically painting like stormtroopers, you know, because there's very little color needed. But, you know, regardless, they need to be painted. Alright, I think I need to get it from here now. Alright. Well, I will say that, you know, John and I did play this game for the Tabletop Jones Productions channel. Unfortunately, that video is not out yet. Scheduling conflicts with our jobs has delayed a lot of the videos, unfortunately. And you know, and John is working very hard to get those videos out. See, because what he does is a lot more elaborate than what I do. Because with me, it's pretty simple. I don't really need a lot of special features for what I'm doing. For what John is doing for the Tabletop Jones Productions channel, it does require a bit of features. I mean, we just did a zombie dice game, and he came up with a brain counter. It looked really cool. I mean, it's actually out right now on Tabletop Jones Productions, if you'd like to check it out. Alright, and there we go. So, just remember with the Battlemechs, they don't, I mean, if it looks like the color is a bit faded on the base coat, it's not really bad, not a bad thing, because, you know, these are supposed to be, you know, weapons of war, and they're going to get worn. It's going to be wear and tear. It's not always going to be pristine right off the assembly line. And speaking of assembly line, of course, this is the assembly line method. You know, you take one color and you go through all the pieces of the unit. Nice little segue there, huh? Wasn't even intentional. Alright. These are really nice looking pieces, to be honest, from the good people at Catalyst Labs. And I've mentioned several times about their Kickstarters. You know, I basically took part in the, well, I did the one years ago when they did Clan Invasion, and I've done the one recently that is for the mercenaries. You know, unfortunately, though, I have not received my my items yet. I'm still waiting for them. Not sure when they're going to send them out. I mean, I would have thought that they would have sent them out already, because I did pay the shipping a while ago. I mean, if anybody out there if there's anybody watching who had, excuse me, who contributed to that Kickstarter as well, if you've gotten any updates on shipping, you know, please let me know, because I really haven't seen much of anything. You know, and I'm very anxiously awaiting for my stuff to arrive. like I said, it doesn't matter if it's faded, but you do want to try to cover every little point, every little part of the mini. Because, I mean, if you didn't cover a specific part of it, it is noticeable. Okay, get close to being done. Got one more after this. Because remember, in a lance, there are 4. Okay. That's all of them. I'm probably going to have white paint on my hands all day now. Okay, just try to get every little nook and cranny of this. So I will say that did a very basic scenario when we played this game on Tabletop Jones Productions, and we did play it in the Alpha Strike method, method of playing. And so basically, we set it up where I think I was using Snords or regulars, I think, and I forget who John was using. And it may have been Hanson's Rough Riders. I'm not entirely certain. It's been a while since we did it, so I don't really remember who we used. But so in the Alpha Strike box, because there was a box set for it, and so they had they have like these cardboard things that you can use for buildings. You just fold them up together, and you put the you set up the little fasteners, and you can basically have a building. So I have like a road kit. So I put the road out, and I put the buildings on each side of the road. Try to make it look as good as I can. And then I basically said, okay, so set it up where there was a building that had to be destroyed. And we each took turns as the attacker. And I think because I concentrated on the buildings, he concentrated on me. So I think I may have won a bit quicker than he did. All right, so there we are. The base coat is finished. Okay, so we're going to let that base coat dry, and when we come back, it's going to be basically the putting the black around the base, doing the gunmetal on the weapons and the cockpit window, and of course after that is labeling. That's just for me, for my purposes, so I can know what it's for, what faction it's in, and what the name of the mech is, and then of course the wash. So still got a bit to go, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and the base coat on those battle mechs have dried, and now we're going to get started on the little bit of details that have to be done. All right, so let's just get to it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with gunmetal first. All right. And what a difference! With the lighting, I'm sure I remembered to charge up the light on this thing that I wear on my head. All right. This one's got two big guns on each side of it. All right. All right. So when it comes to the Battletech units, when I do the links for Amazon, I'm going to do it as best I can, because some of the things that I've been doing aren't exactly a product, but like a combination of products. And I'll be honest, some things I actually didn't get from Amazon. I got it from straight from the Catalyst Labs website. Okay. But I'll try to do the best I can to put a link for something. Because sometimes, I mean, they even have like, they have on sale there the like the big hardcover books that have a lot of have a lot of the rules in them. So, I'll also from time to time put up links to those. I may even do it with this. Not sure yet. Seems like on the Black Knight here, some of this wasn't totally dry. But it's still going on pretty good. All right. That was the Black Knight. This is the Crockett. All right. All right. It's going on pretty good still. May not be perfect, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, one thing I do have to watch out is about putting too much paint on these brushes. Sometimes it goes on in a big glob and then it does not look good. It's like one of these days I'm going to start digging through my stuff and start, because I've been posting on pictures of these minis on social media social media, to generate interest in the channels. So one of these days I'm going to start taking out some of the older ones that I had done before, before we had these channels, and sharing those. All right. All right. Yeah, I may have jumped the gun on this, thinking it was dry when it actually wasn't. All right. Color's still going on good though. Amazingly enough. Okay, getting closer to being finished with this part at least. This is the last one. And I will say, sometimes it is a little difficult to figure out where the cockpit is. But I think I did all right. All right, let's just some streaks of white here, so let's just get over that. All right. All right, so gunmetal is finished. Let's move on to the black paint. And then maybe when I'm done with that, I'll give this stuff even more time to dry. Okay, so let's get a good grip on this. Let's make sure that the label that's on it now isn't covering where I'm going to be putting paint. And it's a good thing I checked that, because I'd have been peeling it off. Okay. Oops, and it doesn't matter if we put streaks of it on the base, because that's going to be covered up by the terrain we're going to make, that we're going to put on it. All right. Ooh. All right, getting. Okay, so it's that one. Now let's see. All right. All right. Ooh, this one's going on a lot quicker. All right. So like I usually do, when once this paint is dried, I'll apply labels on to 3 of these and leave 1 for the camera. Don't know which one yet. Oh boy. careful because I'm starting to rub off some of this paint that isn't fully dried yet. All right. Just wipe this off my fingers. Okay, last one. Yeah, I put these labels on the bottom so I can always be able to tell, you know, like what battle mech they are, because, you know, there's like so many of them. It's like really hard to remember. I mean, unless it's one that you use frequently, it's really hard to remember what all the mechs look like. So that's why I do the labels. Plenty of times I'll see on social media someone posting a picture of a battle mech that they found, either found somewhere or just bought somewhere, or you know, that, you know, there was no, like, it was just like either already put, I think it was like already put together most of the time, and you know, they just don't know what it, you know, what type of mech it was, and they're asking everybody, you know. I see a lot on Facebook. So anyway, so okay, so we're gonna let that paint dry, and when we come, and like I said, off camera, I'm gonna put on 3 of the labels, and I'll leave one for, while, you know, for on camera, and then after that it's just the basing, which I'm probably gonna do in the I'm probably gonna do the grassland like I've done with some of the others, and then the wash, of course, and then it's all finished. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've given that paint some time to dry, and like I said, I put the labels on 3 of the battle mechs, and I saved the 4th one to do on camera. All right, so let's just get to it. Yeah, actually want to get a move on this, because while I'm making this video, I did start my dinner, and I notice, because I'm making making like seasoned potatoes. So I take small potatoes, I cut them up, you know, cut them in half, have them in a Pyrex tray with some olive oil, and then I put then I put onion powder, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning on it. Well, anyway, finished with that label, so now I'm going to get to doing the terrain on the base. Okay. So here we go. Well, anyway, so yeah, my potatoes are getting close to being finished. If you hear a beeping noise, that'll be my oven reminding me of that. So all we got left is, like I said, the base and the wash. So let's see if I can get it finished before that happens, right? All right. Oops, something tells me I did a wrong label. And I did. This is not a Flashman, this is the Lancelot. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to do it all. Alright, just give me a second. Alright. It's a good thing I keep my label maker nearby. Alright, because I'm going to try to do this quicker than I normally would, so let's hope and pray I don't cut my finger with the scissors I'm currently using. I know you can, well, actually I think you can see it. Alright. So yeah. Well, anyway, as I lost a bit of time today, had my ex-wife come over. She needed to use my printer for something important. You know, I don't think she would want me to tell you why. So yeah, I got held up. Excuse me, held up for a while. Wasn't able to really do anything because, as much as I consider all these videos important, I don't want to do them in front of her. I mean, there will be someone that I will do it in front of, but she's not here yet. All right. Actually, it's a little bit. But right there. Okay. All right. Getting really close to being finished here. My race against the clock. Oops. Sorry about that. Might actually end with me winning. Oh, Jesus. All right. Boy, got a lot going on, huh? Dropping things, forgetting things. Having the end of that brush come right off the darn stick. Now that one, of course, that brush I use specifically for this because it's basically filled with the glue that I'm using. You know, never get it clean enough to use as an actual paintbrush. All right, now, oh, yeah, let's gotta spread it out first. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So we've got all the terrain on all the bases. And the only thing that's left is to do the wash. And that shouldn't take too long. I think that we can just get right into that. So let's do it. All right. One thing I like about the wash on these battlemechs. These battlemechs have like a lot of little crevices, and excuse me, the wash just gets right in there and makes it all stand out. I mean, like I say, I'll go way back to when I was playing War Machine and Hordes, and I'll go back to those guys and say, thank you very much for showing me about, you know, the whole phenomenon of the wash, where they always called it the armor wash. But, well, I guess in this case it is kind of like an armor wash, because these are, like I said, these are instruments of war. And some of them, I know there's some washes out there that are like a dip, where you, excuse me, like a dip, where you basically dip the piece in, and then you just kind of like hold it upside down for a bit and let it kind of like, you know, run itself off. Like whatever's going to come off will come off, or whatever is going to stay will stay. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right, so I'm going to take a very short break to take care of that, because that's my stove. So stay tuned. I will be right back. I'm back. I did take a very short break. Okay, so 2 of the Battlemechs have been gone through. I've used the wash on, 2 more to go. All right. Yeah, so like I said earlier, racing. Oops. Oh, darn it! I put my finger right where I wasn't supposed to. You know, I had a race against the clock and I lost. Okay. So like I was saying before, you know, with the washes, I like it with these Battlemechs. I mean, Catalyst Labs makes them very well, and at least especially nowadays. I mean, when they changed the format of how they make them, they made them better. And yeah, the wash, there's like a lot of little crevices, and the wash just goes right in. Okay, last one. Alright. Yeah, it's going in really good. Alright, turn it around. Okay. Okay. Get a lot of this put away. Alright. Okay, so let me get them ready to present. And here they are, another lance for Comstar. Ready to deploy. Okay, so that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I'm going to be posting links to go directly to these products on Amazon. So if you're interested, you know, please use them because I will get some credit for it. And you know, so just please like, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. Please go to Tabletop Jones Productions and do the same there. Like, subscribe, and share. And we are trying to expand our channels and reach as many people as we can. So you know, hope you enjoyed. Sorry. Hope you enjoyed this video, and you all take care and you have a great day. I'll see you again.